Tribal uprisings in central India was prompted by the British policy of encroachment on their lands. These included the outsiders, or also known as the Dikus, who deprived the tribals from their customary rights and forced them to adopt new way of living on them. Zamindars, moneylenders, British officials all fell in this category. Due to this, tribals led to many uprisings which include Santhal Rebellion, Munda Rebellion, etc. So first let us talk about Santhal Rebellion. As this protest was started by Santhal tribe, it is also known as the Santhal Rebel or the Santhal Hool. It was started on June 30, 1855 in present-day Jharkhand. It was led by 4 people: Sidhu, Kanu, Chand and Bhairav, also known as the Murmu brothers. It was against the British colonial authority and zamindari system. On 22nd March 1793, Lord Cornwallis imposed permanent settlement, which means that they cannot practice shifting cultivation anymore. They forcefully had to work for zamindars appointed by the British. In this case, they had to give interest to the zamindar, which they could not give. So that's why they started a revolt on June 30, 1855. This revolt made British surprised and they announced a reward of 10,000 rupees to arrest Sidhu and Kanu. At the end, Sidhu and Kanu was killed, over 15,000 villagers were killed and tens of villages were destroyed. So now let us talk about the Munda rebellion. Mundas were a tribe in Bihar region which had an ancient system called Khuntakan, where they enjoyed customary rights under the British. This system was replaced by oppressive zamindari system. The Mundas were now tenants of the landlords and were forced to pay rent. They were even evicted from their ancestral land. If they could not repay loans, they were made bonded laborers. This led to an uprising which was led by Birsa Munda. Other uprisings. In Assam, British imposed abnormally high taxes in Assam. In Kamrup and Darang, the land revenue was increased by 50% to 70%. This led to a series of revolts between 1893 and 1894. If the peasants failed to pay the taxes, British seized their lands. British suppressed their protest ruthlessly. Now let us talk about the rebels in Meghalaya. The British wanted to build a link road between the Brahmaputra and Surma Valley. This new road was supposed to pass to the Khasi Hills. Building this road led to displacement of many locals belonging to the Khasi tribe. In 1860, a house tax was imposed by the British, causing further resistment. Towards the end of 1860, an income tax was levied in addition to the house tax. This move sparked off a wave of revolts among the tribal. The leader of the movement was Yu Kiang Nongba. In the unrest that followed, the British sent several regiments to put down the tribals. Nongba was captured and hanged publicly to strike terror in the hearts of people. In 1872, British sent armed forces to establish their rule in the neighboring Garo Hills. The tribal residents of Garo Hills rose in rebellion under Pa Togan Sangma. This too was ruthlessly put down. Let us talk about tribal revolts in Manipur now. When the king of Manipur died, there was a war of succession between two factions. The main contenders were king's eldest son Surchandra and his step-brother Tikendrajeet. Surchandra sought the aid of the British. They declared war against Manipur in 1891. The Manipuris under Tikendrajeet fought bravely. However, they were defeated and Tikendrajeet was hanged by British. The British period saw many other revolts by the tribals who were struggling. For example, the Kherkar revolt. It is said that after independence, government took many steps to bring tribal culture back to life.